I think I'm safe in saying that most men sleep in a t-shirt, boxer shorts, and socks. But this is hardly an appropriate or inviting ensemble on one's wedding night. If you're having difficulty reaching a decision, sir, may I be so bold as to remind you that what starts out on you could end up on your beloved.
How's that?
Choose the pajamas you'd most like to see your wife wear the tops of.
You got to accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. You gotta spread joy up to the maximum, bring gloom down to the minimum. Have faith or pandemonium, liable to walk upon the scene. To illustrate my last remark,
Jonah in the whale, Noah in the ark.
what did they do just when everything looked so dark? Man, they said you got to accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. No, don't mess with Mr. In Between. No, don't mess with Mr. In Between. No, don't mess with Mr. In Between.
It's my first publicity picture.
Now I can say I know a real performer.
Oh, I suggest you don't actually put the tack in the picture, but just above it so it doesn't make a hole. And don't push the tack all the way in, because next week you'll be taking it down when the new limo tomato juice girl takes over.
What new limo tomato juice girl?
I'm resigning so I can marry Jeff.
That your idea or Jeff's?
Well, actually, it's Mr. Limo's idea. She said I can't be a real tomato if I get hitched. So, naturally, if I have to choose between being a limo tomato or Mrs. Jeff Metcalf, I'm going to pick getting married. First thing tomorrow, I'm telling the station owner I quit. Years from now, when people see that picture and they say, I wonder whatever happened to her, you tell them I could have been the biggest tomato of them all. And I gave it all up without batting an eyelash for the most wonderful man in the world.
WREQ, voice of Greater River Run.
Oh, my word. That's me.
Of course it's you. You'll be in the aisles of every grocery store this side of the Mississippi.
Every grocery store?
Now then, what was it you came in here to tell me?
Well, I wanted to, just for curiosity's sake, where exactly would I be in the grocery store?
It was only a car.
I think no one can see us, but if you want to stop.
No.
Hi. Linda.
Hi, Linda.
Good evening. Is the light burnt out?
Oh, it was too bright and it attracts mosquitoes. What are you doing home so early?
Oh, they were an hour early with the morning edition. Oh, I worked through my break. What are you doing out here?
Nothing, except waiting for your mother to make a fitting.
Oh, she now went to a double feature at the Vogue.
Oh, my fault, Gina.
Oh, it's not a problem.
Gina called about a fitting for your mom, and I told her she'd be home, so she came over. I'm sorry, Gina. You wasted all that time.
Oh, it's no problem. I call again tomorrow. Okay. Night. Good night.
So, Gina, maybe I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, fine.
Oh, Charlie, could you give me a hand with the newsletter?
Sure. I'll be in a minute.
Okay.
Good night.
Gina, wait up. You forgot something.
What? Hello, Metcalf Khan residence.
Mrs. Khan?
No, it's not. It's Linda. It's Caroline?
Yes.
Well, I thought it sounded like you.
I suppose I could never fool anyone with my accent. Is Charlie there?
Yes. Hold on.
Charlie? Telephone.
Be right there.
He's coming.
How? I'm terribly sorry your family has had to put up with so much because of us.
Oh, we enjoy having him around.
I mean to say, it hasn't been a problem.
How's he getting on?
He's doing fine.
As well as could be expected. My mother keeps trying to talk him into going home, but,
You know as well as I do that Charlie has a mind of his own.
I do know that, and please tell your mother I'm very grateful for her help.
I will.
I mean to say that we all want things to work out for you.
That's very reassuring to hear.
Charlie? Charlie, telephone.
Good night.
It's your wife.
Hello?
Hello, Charlie.
I'm sorry. I'm busy for the rest of my life.
Charlie?
Give me a lecture and I don't ink the mimeo for you.
Finally. I've been waiting for you.
I walk with Emma. You know, look after you.
Far from it.
You're upsetting?
Oh, I've been such a fool. I should have seen it weeks ago, months ago. I knew there had to be another woman.
Caroline, I'm so sorry.
Not as sorry as I am, that's for bloody sure. Oh, it may have started out as a friendship, I'll give you that. But that only made it easier for him to carry on without my catching on. I can't believe I let him fall in love right under my nose.
Sorry.
That's my thanks for being so bloody trusting.
Truly, I'm sorry, Caroline.
Do you mean to say you knew all along?
Knew what?
That Charlie is in love with Linda Metcalf?
Charlie no love Linda.
Think about it. All those times they spent together on so-called union business. Those late-night meetings. He was two-timing me.
No.
And now he's moved in with her and her bloody family.
No.
How could I have been so stupid? It makes me sick to my stomach, it does.
I safely say that Linda is not this kind of woman.
Please. I know a home wrecker when I see one.
This may not be what you're used to.
I have no complaint, as long as the wine is not too sweet.
In this place, you're lucky if the beer is not too flat.
Table for one.
Table for two.
This way.
A natural mistake, a table for one, n'est-ce pas? Many places are not accustomed to people like us.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's all right.
I nearly spilled this whole meal. Watch where you're standing.
Did you see what she did?
I see only the pork chops. I am hungry.
You're pulling my leg.
It's no joke, Charlie.
Me and Linda is a joke. Caroline suspecting me and you would be another matter.
Caroline is very much upset.
It was very much full of blue mud. What did you tell her?
I tell her I don't think so.
And no one in their right mind would think so, but Caroline is not of her right mind. Can you imagine me being in love with Linda? Gotta go. Bye.
Bye. Hey, harmless, what's new in the world?
Just came to use your phone is all.
Again, you're in here every day. Got a family in Toledo we don't know about?
Ha ha. Your mom said to bring you this. She left it at
Oh,
home.
thanks.
Miss Watkins,
Yes, Mrs. Haley.
I was going to submit a request in writing, but I'm afraid I can't wait. I'd like to have my desk moved away from Miss Metcalf.
Whatever for?
Personal reasons. Is Ivan living at the Metcalf house?
I didn't know.
They're together day and night, from the breakfast table to union meetings to God knows what. It's unbearable for me to work near her knowing what's going on.
My poor dear.
Miss? Miss?
Yeah.
Excuse me, miss? Excuse me? Excuse me? We'd like to order.
This is not my station.
Then could you send our waitress over? You've been waiting quite a
Just
while.
tell me what you want.
So the bathing beauty says to the lifeguard. Oh, hi, Miss Watkins.
Mr. Haley.
I couldn't help it. The ocean wave first. Do you get it?
You may not realize it, Mr. Haley, but those of us in the upstairs offices have work to do.
I'm still on lunch break.
That may be, but those around you are not.
No problem. I was going to skedaddle anyway.
There is no one around. Any further use of the telephone by people unauthorized to do so will result in reductions to your paycheck. Here's the key to your new desk.
What new desk?
Over there. Please use the rest of your lunch break to remove your things, and then please resume work.
Why do I have to move?
Because I told you to.
Well, shouldn't we talk about it?
It's not a democracy.
Enjoy your meal.
Thank you.
No, I am getting angry.
Excuse me. Those people came in after us, and they were served ahead of us. Now, we've been waiting 45 minutes.
What did you order?
Pork chops.
I'm sorry, we're out of pork chops.
But you just served pork chops.
I can't help how the orders come up. You have a complaint, tell him. Told you there'd be trouble.
Do you have a problem with the waitress?
Yes.
She's been with me 7 years, and I never had a complaint about her.
She hasn't served us.
I can't imagine she would refuse to serve anyone I seated. So if you will just be patient.
We have been
If you
patient.
threaten me, I'm going to have to call the police.
Robert.
Getting pretty close to the day when you'll tie the knot, isn't it, son?
Yes, sir.
Couldn't have picked a sweeter bride.
Thank you, sir.
I know your father's passed on, so I feel a certain obligation to give you the advice my father passed on to me when I was a young pup on the threshold of matrimonial bliss.
That's all right, Coach. You don't have to.
It's my pleasure and my duty, son. And believe me, this advice will stand you in good stead. It served me well for many years. On your honeymoon, and ever after, always be a gentleman in bed.
That's what my mom said.
Your mother's a wise woman. You see, there's two kinds of men in this world. Those who, after they've done their business, will say, "You're welcome," and those who'll say, "Thank you." And I've always been grateful for any kindness that a loving woman has shown me, so I've always said, "Thank you." I recommend you do, too.
I will, sir.
My other advice is take plenty of champagne on the honeymoon. Might help you get in an extra thank you or two.
Say, you're not nervous about getting married, are you?
Of course not.
Good, because having been married, I can tell you that there's nothing to be nervous about. Fact is, the groom is usually a lot more nervous than the bride.
Is that so?
Believe me, you'd never know it to look at them, but men are just little boys at heart. The more blustery they are on the outside, the more unsure they are on the inside. So let me give you a little advice.
Has anyone ever told you you've got a lot of advice to give for someone your age?
It's not the years, it's the miles, honey. And on this one, you can trust me. During your honeymoon, and maybe for a little while after, be sure you always compliment your man on his performance.
His performance?
After a while, you won't need to, because he'll know when he's on a winning streak. But until then, you need to keep his spirits up.
This is nowhere near the advice my mother gave me.
Take it or leave it, but I know whereof I speak. So what's your poison?
I'd like a tomato juice, please.
Still supporting old man Limo, are you? Sure you don't want some hooch instead?
No, thanks. I'm trying to think.
So how did the station owner take to your quitting?
Oh, I haven't exactly quit yet.
Why not?
For no other reason that the man is just simply not a good listener. I mean, I tried to tell him, and he changed the topic, and so I'm composing a letter of resignation, which is why I'm nixing the hooch.
I'll leave you in peace.
Dear Mr. Mellon, although I am thrilled and honored to have been chosen to be the Lemo Tomato Juice Girl, it is my sincere conviction that...
One Lemo tomato juice straight up.
Look at this. Oh, my word. It's me on a tomato juice can. I'm on a tomato juice can. Look at...
Hey, Linda, how about a drink after work?
You're married, remember?
Well, if it doesn't bother you, it doesn't bother me.
Nice going, Haley. The rest of us only dream about it.
What?
Choice of two lookers, that's what. Who's it going to be tonight?
That's when you use the folder, understand?
Got yourself a real gem, Charlie. Get going. Here. I know from experience it's not worth it.
Hi?
I think so.
Is it true
Is what true?
that you and Charlie...
Me and Charlie what?
You're gonna make me say it?
Yes? What?
Rumor has it you're stepping out.
With Charlie Haley? People think that... Oh. Well, that explains a lot. Of course it's not true. Well, who threw cold water on you two? You have to admit it's a laugh riot.
Charlie's on the phone. They think you broke up his marriage. They're calling you a homewrecker.
Oh, that's a joke. Nobody believes that.
People do believe it, and you've got to take it seriously. It's not your reputation alone at stake here. You're responsible to other people. I know I haven't set the best example, but I try to protect the family name. And now you have to think who you could hurt if this rumor goes unchecked. And if you don't care about your family, I will tell you someone else you could hurt. And that's Charlie. This rumor could keep him and his wife from getting back together, and don't think for a moment that this isn't killing his wife.
Well, what can I do about it?
Maybe now's the time I tell the real truth, that I am the homewrecker, not Linda.
We can't let that get out. If we admit anything, some divorce attorney is going to eat me alive.
He will eat you alive now.
Well, never mind that. I don't want your reputation being ruined. Because you're not a homewrecker. Because I didn't have a home to wreck.
I say we spend our pork chop money where it's gonna be appreciated.
Mais oui, as long as the wine is...
Wrong again.
As long as the beer is not flat.
Robert Davis, press me some flesh. Welcome home.
Thank you. I'd like you to meet my wife, Perrette.
Welcome, Perrette.
Thank you. Oh, merci. Maybe we come here for the déjeuner.
Oh, it's not open for lunch.
Oh.
They don't let people see this joint in broad daylight.
For insulting me with the truth, I forbid you to sit with your wife.
Oh, s'il vous plaît.
Oh, don't give us a hard time.
Yes, I set up with the band.
I didn't bring my sax.
Of course you didn't. But I bet you the price of dinner that you brought along something else just in case. Ah. I insist that your husband buy you the most expensive dinner we have, Mrs. Davis.
I'm moving out.
There isn't one room out there without a waiting list.
I'd rather sleep on a park bench than hurt your reputation, Linda.
You don't have to do that. You tell him he doesn't have to do that.
Charlie's sleeping arrangements are temporary. Your reputation remains with you for life.
What is the difference?
I told you we can't take this lightly.
I am not taking it lightly. It's only that... Well, we all know what people have been saying about me anyway.
What?
That I'm an old maid.
Better to be an old maid than a homewrecker, and you're not an old maid.
Everyone says it but you, Mother. The only difference now is that I will be an old maid that nobody respects. It does not change my life one way or the other. I don't see why Charlie has to suffer.
I could argue that Charlie's moving out would be tantamount to saying the rumors are true. We gave Charlie the boot because you two got caught.
That settles it then. We won't give credence to the rumors. Charlie, put back your things.
You got the touch, man. Thank you. Keep that act sharp in Paris.
Oh, they got some mean music over there.
Oh, wonderful, Robert. Bravo. Bravo.
Hey, you've done all right for yourself.
Hey, don't I know that?
Yeah, she's a real fine fryer. All meat and no potatoes. You're gonna make a sweet dollar with that little honey. How much you charge?
Excuse me?
What's your price for the woman?
How soon till you're ready?
2 shakes of a lamb's tail, as a beautiful woman always says.
I want to be there before it starts.
Plenty of time.
You've got 20 minutes.
We have 2 hours and 20 minutes.
It starts at noon.
It starts at 2. We can have lunch on the way.
Why have lunch on our way to lunch?
We're not going to lunch. We're going to the game.
We're going to the Evergreen Luncheon.
I forgot. Do we have to?
I am co-chairwoman of this fundraiser, which has been on your calendar for weeks.
Ruth, dear. Feller is only 25 strikeouts away from breaking Rube Waddell's single-season record of 343 strikeouts. That record has stood since 1904. I remember when I was a kid. We will contribute twice what we contributed last year.
Lisa Levere was chairwoman last year. I couldn't bear the thought of not bringing in more money than she raised.
Ruth.
We're going to be late.
All right. We will contribute whatever it takes to exceed.
By at least $200.
Lisa Levere's total.
Enjoy the game, dear.
Excuse me. I'm sure you've heard things being said. I want you to know there's been a misunderstanding. Charlie is staying at our house, it's true, but it's simply because he needs a place to stay. He's not there because of me. I assure you, I am not making time with your husband. I hope that you and Charlie can work out your problems and get back together.
I've never known a tramp who didn't deny being one. A can of tomato juice is just a can of tomato juice, but a husband is for life. A can of tomato juice is just a can of tomato juice, but a husband is for life. It is my firm conviction that a can of tomato juice is just a can of tomato juice, but a husband is for life.
Oh,
Mr. Millen, I've been waiting for you.
Well, come in, come in, come in. You're just the little tomato I wanted to see.
Thank you. Speaking of tomatoes, Mr. Millen, before you say another word, there's something I have to give you.
What is it?
This?
You wrote me a letter?
Yes, sir.
Well, why can't you just tell me you're here, aren't you?
Well, it's a rather difficult matter.
Artists. You can sing in front of millions of people, but you can't carry on a conversation. Well, thank heaven we hired you to sing and not talk. Which reminds me, we're revising the show. Mr. Lemon wants you to sing.
I already sing.
I want you to sing something else.
Another jingle?
A song.
He wants me to sing a song on the radio?
Something romantic. The show needs romance.
He wants me to sing a song on the radio?
You just asked me that. No wonder you write things out. Where's that letter you want me to read?
What letter?
At this rate, you'll be bigger than Betty Grable.
You think so?
No, so the last Lemo tomato juice girl never got to sing anything but the jingle. This Mr. Lemo must think you're pretty swell.
I guess so.
You give his product quite a boost.
Bigger than Betty Grable?
Well, you want to be, don't you?
Well, sure I do. What do you want me to be?
Well, of course, I'll do anything I can to help. You know, we're a team.
Mr. Lemo has very strong opinions on that very topic.
Glad to hear it. You tell him we're the greatest team that there ever was. You tell him we work together better than hands on a clock or pedals on a bike or pajama tops and bottoms. Say, you like yellow pajamas, don't you?
Well, sure I do.
Yeah, I thought that was your color. And you like champagne, too.
Well, I've enjoyed the 2 glasses I've had in my life.
And Bing Crosby?
Well, you know I do. Why are you asking me all these questions?
Oh, it just so happens I've booked our honeymoon vacation today.
Oh, you did?
How does a cottage hideaway on Lake Itchawanda sound? No mail, no phone, no neighbors.
No kidding.
It'll be a working vacation of sorts. We'll be working on making little short stops and such. But just you, me, Bing Crosby, champagne and candlelight. 3 weeks.
Oh, my word.
Yeah. You can get 3 weeks off after we're married, can't you?
No problem.
Son, plenty of time for that after the vows. I recommend you save your energy for the game.
Now batting for Chicago, third baseman, David Madigan.
Excuse me, you're in my seat.
Sorry.
And that's mine as well.
Give me a hint, Gramps. How many of these seats are yours?
Just these 2. Do you have a ticket for that seat?
Hire Dick Tracy and find out, why don't you?
That won't be necessary. I'll simply call the usher.
Oh, come on, Gramps. 80,000 seats, a municipal stadium, half of them being empty, us being in 5th place. Would it kill you to let me sit here?
The point is...
The point is, I can hardly see anything from up there, and Feller's throwing like a house of fire, and he's only 23 strikeouts from Rube Waddell's record.
You mean 25?
23. Struck out 2 already.
You don't say.
All right, 2 down and 1 to go.
The second man caught the ball, so the hitter is out.
Well, the hitter would have been out even if the second baseman hadn't caught the ball because of the infield fly rule.
Fly rule?
When there are runners on base that can be forced out, and there's less than 2 outs, and the batter hits the ball into the air in the infield, then he's automatically out.
Hey!
It's best to ignore.
So long, shortstop. About last night. Thank you.
Hi there. I brought you and the family some of my ripe tomatoes. Thank you. Oh, I almost forgot. I promised little Jeffrey Jr. an autograph. Gotta run. I'll be late for my scene. What scene? Haven't you heard? I'm starring in a movie. The Limo Girl takes a vacation.
What Cleveland needs is pitching. Outside of Feller, who do they have?
Oh, Feller's won more games than Embry, Gromick, and Lemon have put together.
Oh!
That was a strike!
Get yourself a seeing eye dog! You know, I saw Rube Waddell pitch
No.
when I was 10 years old, down in League Park.
What's so funny?
I just remembered. My friend and I had bleacher seats, and we couldn't see very well, so we moved down into 2 empty box seats in the middle of the second inning. I guess times haven't changed so very much.
Maybe we should go.
We paid for these tickets the same as them. If they don't like us here together, let them leave.
Robert, please.
All right. But we shouldn't walk out together. You go first. I'll meet you at the gate.
Final score, Chicago 2 runs, 6 hits and no errors. Cleveland 1 run, 4 hits and 2 errors.
If you'd been humping, we could have won.
You're pretty quick to call him yourself, Gramps.
Well, better start the long trek home so my wife doesn't worry. Next game, if this seat is empty here, you're welcome to use it again.
Well, thank you. I'd be grateful.
If it's not empty, please come down and meet my wife.
It would be a pleasure.
She couldn't come today. She had a charity event. My wife does a lot of charity work. Well, goodbye now.
Goodbye.
I'll call you later. Well, I'm on the way out.
Where's the apple cobbler?
I hid it so you wouldn't sneak a bite.
What I do is that. You home early?
Just in time for potluck at church. Come with us.
Pastor be pleased to meet you.
Robert, you go. I am tired.
No, thanks. You all go ahead.
You sure?
Of course they're sure. They're young. They don't get all fired up over casserole and beans. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Would you like to go someplace?
No. Unless you would.
No. I thought maybe you would like to go out for the drink.
No, thanks. What about you? You want to see a movie?
No. No, thanks. Maybe we take a walk.
No, I'm tired. I'll see what's on the radio.
A bonne idée. We can listen together. This is nice.
Oh, hi, Gina.
Hi. I bring the fabric to show your mother.
Hi, Emma. Oh, she know you're here?
Oh, she's not home.
Well, you don't have to wait. You can leave it with me if you like.
Okay, fine. But I no wait to see your mother. I wait to see you because I hear what the others say about you and Charlie.
Oh. It's not true, you know.
I know it's not true. But when Caroline told me that she believed you and Charlie are lovers, I could not think what to say.
Well, there's nothing you could say.
But it's my fault, because it's my good name that should be ruined, not yours. I am, other woman.
You broke them up?
No. They were already broke when Charlie and I, when we realized. I am not the breaker of homes because Charlie did not have a home to break.
You're no home wrecker. I understand.
Yes, thank you. And I know Charlie is still a married man, except in his heart. And I know it is proper that we wait for the divorce.
Yes, it is proper. And prudent.
Before the war, I believe I must do what is proper, that I must protect my honor. And still I do believe that it is important, the honor. But more important is time.
Well, you'll have plenty of time after Charlie's divorce.
Maybe yes, maybe no. I almost died for no reason but that I am Jewish. And my husband died when there is no more war to fight. And all my family died. So many dead. I know what is the importance of life. Before the war, before the camps, before Michael died, I believe as others say, and never would I love a married man. But now I think always that maybe there is not enough time. Not enough time to worry about reputation, but only enough time to worry about living. But also I cannot allow that you have the bad reputation. So I will tell Caroline the truth, and also everyone else.
No, don't. Gina, that's very honorable of you. But there's no point to doing it. No one's going to believe you. And then there'll be two of us with a bad reputation instead of just one. The more you deny a rumor, the longer it lasts.
Charlie.
I still have my key.
You're entitled.
Mrs. Khan is worried sick that this rumor going around is going to keep us from getting back together. You know what rumor I'm talking about?
I do.
That rumor reminds me of why I don't love you. 'Cause you're not a nice person.
I'm not a nice person. What about her?
Linda Metcalf isn't the other woman in my life.
Who is?
Any more than Miss Watkins is the other woman. On the other hand, every other woman is the other woman, because if you were the last woman on earth, I still wouldn't want you.
Don't say that.
I want you to take this key and give it to the man on the moon, or to every man in the 8th Fleet. I don't care, because I am never going to live with you again. I know how bad rumors can be. And it'd be a hell of a mess if those wage slaves that I work with found out that you were the Fink for management during the union election. I can even tell them that's why I'm divorcing you. Now, if you don't want that rumor to get around, I recommend you put a stop to this nonsense about me and Linda Metcalf.
I predicted you'd be home at this hour, and like clockwork, there you are.
How was your lunch?
Like most of these events, the food was cold, the speeches were long, but it was worth it to see Lisa Levere's face drop when I announced our total contributions. How was the game?
Oh, terrific.
Cleveland won?
No,
Oh, did that pitcher, whatever his name is, did he get his record?
not yet.
Oh, what was so terrific about the game?
The hot dogs were good. It didn't rain. You really should come next time.
Nonsense. You probably enjoyed yourself all the more without me. On the rocks?
Please.
The organist wants to know if her sister can attend the wedding.
Do we know her sister?
No, never met her, but she's visiting from Kentucky. She wants to meet you because you're a famous baseball player. Oh, my word. I'm a billboard.
How about that? How about that? It's gonna be great, both of us in right field. Be looking over my shoulder every game. That'll bring me luck.
Well, that reminds me, Jeff, there's a little something I need to ask you.
Uh-huh. Shoot.
I don't want to get you upset.
I won't get upset.
You promise?
I promise.
Yes, it's going to sound like a big deal. It's really not.
It's not such a big deal. Just ask.
Well, sometimes you make a big deal out of things and they're not such a big deal.
Well, I'm gonna make a big deal out of this if you don't ask the question.
I'll ask the question. I just want to make sure.
Go ahead.
I don't want to put you in a bad mood. I'll ask you tomorrow.
Ask the question now.
See, you're already in a bad mood.
Ginger, just ask the question.
All right. All right. Remember, you promised. Would you mind postponing our wedding date?
That's the question?
That's the question.
It's not such a big deal. Of course we can postpone the wedding date. What's the problem?
Work.
Oh, work. Oh, what do you need? A week? 2 weeks?
A year.
A year. A year?
I promised you I wouldn't get upset.
Centennial celebration at Fordham University in New York. Francis Cardinal Spellman, prominent in the procession, as the President of the United States, Harry S. Truman, goes to receive new academic honors. Now a plea for tolerance and understanding in human relationships by the President.
We can and we must make the atomic age an age of peace for the glory of God and the welfare of mankind.